If it does, I'll pick it up and put it back in. Are you your own service leader?
I am.
Oh boy.
Thanks, Corey. Welcome everybody on this beautiful, beautiful Labor Day weekend. Bill just asked, are you your own service leader today? And I said, yep. So it's just me. I just want to remind everybody that you have a packet that on your chair. Most everybody's aware of this, of course. And in your packet, there's a card. It's called a comment card. And if you'd like to list someone or something or some situation on there for prayer later on in the service, just write that down and put it in the basket as it comes around later. Thank you. We're going to stand and sing together our opening song. It's on the very front of your songbook. So please stand. Just washes all the stress and tension away. Let's breathe in. One more time. Let's bring our minds down into our hearts and maybe put your hand on your heart to remind yourself to stay right there and sacred space within, where we are at one with infinite intelligence, divine love. Life is enthusiastic joy and contains the great energetic force of being. We open to the flow of the divine in ever unfolding expansiveness. Every good increased, every joy multiplied. Seeing more clearly than ever, freedom and eternal goodness are ours to claim. Divine presence expresses through us and as us, as love and friendship, peace, harmony, and joy, and knowing that we receive according to our belief. We lift our minds and open our hearts and expand our consciousness to connect with each other at a deeper and deeper level. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. Now we're going to have a wonderful song from Corey Williams, so please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. This is one I've not done for a while. It's called Remember the River. In these days, when nothing goes your way and all your plans just fall apart again, and you can't find any reason in your mind to be joyful. In these times of this and that way signs, when you don't know which way you're supposed to go, and you can't feel the things that used to be so real and make you joyful, just remember the river at your center, an endless river. Just remember the river, the life spring, your deepest part now. Let it well up from within you to the floodgates of your heart now, like a fountain flowing through you to everyone, everywhere you go. Let the river of joy within you flow. The time is now. We must remember how to find the flow that we once used to know, and open wide. I'll pour the love from deep inside and be joyful. We remember and we are joyful. We remember the river, the life spring, our deepest part now, as it wells up from within us through the floodgates of our hearts now. We give thanks to the giver, the Spirit, the source of all now, for streams of blessing ever streaming from the center of the fire now. 1,000 visions flowing through us to everyone, everywhere we go, to everyone. Let the Spirit show to everyone. Let the whole world know. Let the river of joy within us flow. Thank you.
Thank you, Corey. That was beautiful, as always. So we're going to sing a song together in our songbook. Please turn to page 32. And stand if you're comfortable doing that, and we'll sing together, Love Will Guide Us. And after we're done, please remain standing so we can say hello to each other with hugs and handshakes.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.
Now we'll take some time to say hello to each other and offer some love to our neighbors. guest speaker this afternoon.
Oh, who could it be?
Who could it be? I hope you guys don't mind me the whole time.
Bring it on, Mary.
Well, last week I held a special death cafe, and it was just for a small group that was intended, that this group was intended to come in, and they had all recently experienced a loss, a death of someone that they had known for quite some time, and they wanted just to process. And so we came together, and as it turned out, there were just 3 others and myself that day. But it was just a really wonderful, wonderful discussion and conversation that we had with each other. Everyone was really eager to tell their stories about their interactions with this person, their relationship, and hear other people's stories as well. They really wanted to spend the time doing this in order to honor this young man who had passed. And I remember, and I know I've told you this, how healing it was for me to tell stories about my mom when she passed, about her life and our lives together. It was healing, and I was always so, so grateful to my friends who would listen to these stories, and so patiently. And I still am very grateful for that. But after that group, after that day, I started to really think about just the importance of all of the stories in our lives, just how important they are. And however many years you've been on this planet, you've got stories. We all have stories. And I'm talking about not just the big dramatic moments, the milestones like birthdays and graduations and weddings and those kinds of things, or the big hurts or the big joys. I'm also talking about the quiet moments, the dismissed memories, the ones we think might be too insignificant or inconsequential to even, give much attention to. But I really believe that every single story carries weight, because woven together, they represent the totality of our lives. And when we honor them all, we see them as the divine, sacred experiences they were. When we do this with intention, it's especially wonderful to feel that sacredness. And when we listen to the stories of others, we're invited into another human's sacred divinity. And what an honor that is, and a blessing. When we tell our stories, we're not just recounting events, we are revealing the meaning in our humanity, the meaning of our time here on earth. And it's so fleeting. The power of story, lived and processed and shared from love and listened to from love, transforms us and heals us and connects us with each other. Even the smallest story holds within it the spark of transformation. In just a few seconds, a hand reaches out to comfort us. or a few quick words are spoken that land with a sting. But if we sit with these stories and know that there's something there for us, something to be learned, we can find the blessing. And at the fellowship, what do we say about this? It's call it good, right? Call it good. I remember as I was going through this, a little thing popped up for me, something that I had tucked away for 64 years or so. I was walking home from high school one night, after school, and I was really late leaving. Everybody was gone, and I came from a fairly big high school. So I'm walking home, which was probably maybe 6 or 7 blocks away. And I'm just noticing, how I'm just the only one on the sidewalk. Nobody's going by houses, and nobody's out in their yards. So I'm walking, and I see a big black car roll up to the curb. And the window goes down, and I look over, and it's this man saying, "Would you like a ride?" And oh my gosh, I can remember my heart starting to pound. And I thought, oh boy, this is what they've been telling us about. Now's the time to kick in the common sense. So I remembered that people had always told us, walk with conviction, like you know where you're going. So I was doing that, and I started looking at the houses, like which house seems like it would be a good one to run up to and knock on the door. Is there any activity at all? Is there a car in the driveway? It was really just a few minutes, and all this is going through my mind, and the car sped off. But the rest of the walk home was not so pleasant, because I just kept feeling that vulnerability, and when I finally ended up remembering the story all those years later, what I remembered was that aloneness and isolation and you're on your own here kind of feeling. But I also remembered being strong and thinking it through and remembering what to do, and it all turned out just fine. But those feelings stay in here. They stay in here, our minds and our hearts. And if we take the time to sit with even these small stories, we find that blessing. And if we share them truthfully and intentionally, something happens miraculously. Sharing the story, bringing voice to it, bringing form to it. And we may not do that by standing up here in front of a group of people. We could enter it in a journal. We could sing a song about it, dance about it, put a voicemail on our phone or voice memo, find a trusted friend, find a trusted therapist, or just speak it out loud to ourselves. Speak it out loud. Something happens, it brings it out into the open. And it's when we stop silencing these parts of us that are hurt and shine the light on them, the light of compassion, we set them free. And we begin to reshape and rearrange our energy. What felt sharp smooths out. What felt chaotic calms. And what felt heavy lightens. And when we do this, we give others the courage to do it as well. And here's what I think may be most important of all. To recognize that when we return to these stories, we return to these moments, we return with the kindness and compassion of a being who has evolved. So I return to that story not as the young, maybe 16-year-old walking down the street experiencing this, but I returned as a 64-year-old with all of that wisdom and knowledge and love in my heart for that 16-year-old and for myself. It makes a big difference to remember that. We can only receive the gift of our experiences when we stop hiding them and running from them. I thought we might do a little reflection at this point. So if you would join me and close your eyes, take a deep breath. Just go within for a moment. And just find that little memory from the past. Don't look for anything big and hurtful. Just try to grab onto a little small memory. Corey, do you want to play a little for us so we relax? Some little memory that you might even think is insignificant to think about. It doesn't have to be hurtful. It can be joyful. Just find a memory. And when you've got one, honor it. Say thank you. Whatever it is. Honor it as an important moment of your precious life. Hold it with love and let it breathe. Set it free. And see the light of divine love surround it. Maybe form the words with your mouth, just silently. What happened? You can work with this story later, but right now, we're just getting a little feel for finding something, some little something, and loving it as part of your precious life. Okay, thank you. I'll come back now. As we tell our stories and listen to the stories of others with compassion and honesty and vulnerability, we can just watch the miracles happen, the beauty that emerges. It's likely that many of our stories will include experiences of something we have labeled a mistake, a misstep, missing the mark, choices we wish we hadn't made. Alan Watts, who's a very preeminent Buddhist teacher, has a wonderful video entitled Love Your Mistakes. So you could Google that and listen to it, it's wonderful. And he says the idea of perfection is the most imperfect idea of all. Mistakes are already part of God's perfection, woven into the fabric of the whole. And I love this one. The more wrong turns we make, the more of the map we discover. I love that. Think about it. If we just went on a straight line from, birth to leaving this planet, we wouldn't have covered much ground. But we talk a lot about our journeys being over here and then over here and then back a few steps and then forward a few steps. One of the mistakes I think that can be particularly hurtful, and we find a lot of regret in, is this notion or belief that we are falling behind, or we have fallen behind others, those others. Others that made the right choices at the right times of their life. And now they have what we want, but we missed the opportunity. There seems to be this grand plan of life that society imposes on us, our culture, our parents, our educators, our friends. Maybe you can relate to this. We say to ourselves, if I knew then what I know now, if I only knew. But another wonderful fellowship teaching, we are exactly where we need to be. When I look back at my life compared to the grand plan, I did everything all backwards and upside down. And the grand, let's just kind of go through this grand plan that we all heard about, and maybe still do. I hope not, for the younger folks. We go to college out of high school, we start our careers, we get married, we have children. And I was just up north this weekend in Traverse City area, so I'm going to add another one for those who are raised in Michigan. Inherit or buy a cottage on a lake. That's part of the grand plan. Retire at 65 from some place that provides a pension. And then enjoy your cottage or travel and then settle into your last years enjoying the rest of your life. When I look at my life compared to this grand plan, I went to college when I was 27, started college when I was 27, went to undergrad and law school, began a career in law. Oops, not for me, wrong thing, big switch, go in a different direction. I was thinking about how many jobs I've had in my life, at least 9 or 10, maybe more, that I've kind of forgotten about. People, they talk about, find your partner, get married, have your children. This is the person you're spending your life with. Most of us have 4 to 10 partners over our lifetimes. And having children has changed so much. I was looking at some statistics. In 2018, 37% of those who were in the U.S. who did not have children said they were unlikely to have them. And that went up to 47% in 2023. Retire at 65. 22% are still in the workforce past 65. I was 70 and I'm still going strong here. And it just, nothing, I think, is like this grand plan. And yet, I think probably a lot of us still look at that and compare ourselves to it and judge ourselves and others. We even begin to judge our children around it. Well, okay, what are you doing now? Are you, what's your major? What are you gonna do when you leave college? Are you gonna have children? I want to be a grandma or a grandpa. So it's really something to think about how much we allow that to bring us suffering and grief. Wayne Dyer says this, and he talked about this a lot. Everything happens in divine timing. Everything in our lives. And divine timing doesn't move according to our impatience, expectations, logic, and ego demands, but it moves through our lives by a force infinitely wiser and vaster than we could ever imagine. Divine timing is never late or wrong or early. It arrives like the tide, not to meet our human schedule, but our soul's evolution. That is really something to remember. And when we understand this, something within us relaxes. We stop measuring life by the clock. I have less time ahead of me than I have behind me. We start measuring by the expansion of our awareness. Divine timing in its infinite wisdom has never denied us. It's not a rejection, but a redirection. So I'm going to encourage everyone to think about this. I was thinking about, I've had so many people ask me, well, don't you feel like law school was a waste of time and a waste of money and you didn't really do anything with it? And I have never felt that way. I actually did the math, and the 3 years I spent in law school out of my 72 amounts to 0.04% of my life. Not much time out of my life to devote to that. And everything we do has gifts for us, and I do believe that. So, spend some time just sitting with those small moments. I think those in particular are can bring us more insight than all the big hurts and problems and challenges, because we've probably given those a lot of thought already. But what are the little gifts in the little moments? The little moments that maybe you've stuffed away for many, many years. And I hope you find some way to let them out into the light and set them free and set yourself free. Thank you so much. I'm still here.
You're it.
Yeah. Okay, back on with this one. Okay, a little music, if you will, Corey. This is the time in our service when I invite us all each Sunday to fill our hearts with joy and gratitude and appreciation for all of the blessings in our lives. We know that love surrounds us and flows through us. And that love is expressed in so many ways in this world. One of them being just your presence here today. Another being the wonderful and generous donations you make to our fellowship community to allow us to be here together. So John is going to bring around the basket for our collection. I remind you to put your prayer cards in there too as he comes around. And Corey will lead us in I Am Grateful.
Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful.
with me. We'll do this together. The light of divine love shines eternally, blessing and multiplying our tithes and offerings. I joyously give, knowing I always have enough to share and to spare. And we'll also take another moment to close our eyes and go within as we remember all those listed in the basket today, all those who are held close in your hearts. Those we see as needing something: health, clarity, abundance, wisdom, safety. And we remember that we see them having it already. And we surround them with our love and know that our love finds its way into their hearts, opens their hearts and minds to see that as well, to know it is done. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. And now Corey's going to bless us with another song.
The song about the journey of life. It's called No Problem at All. As life goes by with all of its what and why, we gather things low and high and bring them along. Our knapsack of odds and ends is full of old words from friends and enemies now and then that we carry on. But the baggage is getting quite heavy, so maybe it's time to look through all those words now and see if the stories they're telling are true. And should you find it's not so, let it go, let it be. Don't take it all so seriously. Let it flow, set it free. Let it fly like a silly balloon, and you'll see as it finally vanishes into the sky. Its freedom is yours, and you'll ask yourself why you struggled so long with a load that was not yours to haul, when now it's no problem at all. Yes, now it's time to look at the reason and rhyme behind all the truths and lies that we have assumed. To look past the eye and ear that make up our doubt and fear, and see with a heart so clear a world born anew. Every soul is projecting its story, a game with its own rules and scores. Better check now and see if the story you're telling is yours. And should you find it's not so, let it go, let it be. Don't take it all so personally. Let it flow, set it free. let it drift like an old paper boat out to sea. And as o'er the horizon it now disappears, with its make-believe grievances, worries and fears, you'll marvel that what seemed so giant was really so small, that now it's no problem at all. Every soul is projecting its story, interweaving with all of the rest. Be your truth, tell your story, 'cause you tell your story the best. And should they say it's not so, let it go, let it be. You can live so much more peacefully. Let it flow, set it free. No need to hold on to these useless old dreams. Let it go, let it be. Don't take it all so seriously. Let it flow, set it free. Forgiving all problems, no problems you'll see. As you gladly release them, you'll finally know it was never about you, so just let it go. That bag that you carried, the last thing to fall. And now there's no problem at all. Now there's no problem at all. There was never a problem at all. Good things to remember.
Okay. Thank you so much, Corey, for your music. Beautiful music, beautiful music. Let's give Corey a... Thanks to all of you for being here today. Thank you so much. I just have a few announcements to make. Reverend Sue Quinn's Waldemar Walk is happening on Sunday, September 7th at 12:30. Just meet up with them in the parking lot. There's another Saturday Death Cafe, September 20th at 2 p.m. here in the Red Cedar Friends building. I checked with Reverend Julie, and she is going to be having her Healing Movements group tomorrow, even though it's Labor Day, at 4 o'clock here on every Monday, but especially want to let you know that she will be here tomorrow. And I mentioned last week, and I want to again, on September 17th, which is a Friday at 6:30, here at the Red Cedar Friends, we're going to have a fellowship-sponsored Sing Out for Peace sing-along event. And this is part of all of the events that are scheduled for the Peace Quest, sponsored by Greater Lansing United Nations Association. They have lots of things going on all month, but we're right up front. I want to say maybe the second event to kind of kick things off. And we had such a nice time last year, so we decided to do it again. Everybody was a little like, is that all there is? So we made it a little bit longer, and we'll have an intermission with some snacks and beverages this time. So please plan that, for that. Put it on your calendar and come join us. It's a wonderful event. So now we're going to get into also potluck, so don't forget, don't dash out the door before you come and join us for dinner. On the back of your bulletin are the words for Let There Be Peace on Earth and our closing blessing, if you need them, and we will gather into our peace circle.
on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally.